Once I finally come to the worst in Nigeria right now, everywhere is boiling right now because in the earlier of today, some tragic thing happened. Popular Nigerian pastor General Vasia has finally been set to 3 years imprisonment due to the fact that this man gave Tinubu back to back. This man come out and he called Tinubu a goat. So the general public everywhere boss, and this exposed a lot of secret that a lot of Nigerians did not know. Amidst all the suffering that is ongoing in Nigeria, come and see what is going on. The church scatter in the earlier of today. They said no, nothing can happen to their pastor. But I'd like guys to stay connected to the end of this video. If you can share this video, ensure you share to different social media platforms because I'm going to be showing you the video of everything. You will see it yourself, you will hear everything yourself, and if you can share, just like it, give it a thumb up so that it will be recommended for us. But then stay connected. I'm coming back again.
Welcome you back to LAJUPOG Watch TV.
I don't have bad news for you today.
The home of religious gossip.
But you should leave the fight for Mohammed.
What is happening in the Christendom? Join now to make sense with LAJUPOG.
Hello my great and wonderful viewers, welcome back to LAJUPOG Watch TV. For those of you coming across the channel for the very first time, ensure you click the red subscription button appearing on your video screen and do well to click the notification bell icon so that whenever we drop a new video in few hours time, YouTube will easily notify you. The worst is finally coming to the worst in Nigeria. Everywhere is boiling right now. Amidst the suffering that is ongoing in Nigeria, Bola Ahmed Tinubu are still making laws to just favor their administration and all of that. It was few days ago that they came out and made it known to the general public through the mouth of Bajabi Amila. Tinubu make it known that anybody that criticizes him, they will put the person in 3 years imprisonment. That is to tell you that any pastor that come out to criticize Tinubu, they will put the pastor in 3 years imprisonment. Any blogger, any clerics, any alpha, anything, any that, they will put the person in 3 years imprisonment, and they make that law just to threaten and bully the people that the freedom of speech under democracy is no more the light of the day again. The freedom of expression is no more there, and these people claim that we practice democracy in this government. You can see what is happening in this dictatorship government of Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Amidst all the suffering, Northerners are not eating grasses. A lot of things is going on. There's no food for people to eat in Nigeria. A lot of people cannot even afford to eat to school women. Even civil servants, they can't eat well on their door again. Nothing is working in the country. But it was few days ago when they called Pastor Adeboye to come and talk about what is happening in the administration of Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Adeboye came out and he opatayan. A lot of Redeemed Christian Church of God members also attacked their pastor because they never expected him to come out to say that Tinubu is trying his best, Tinubu is doing everything possible, but the problem of Nigeria is spiritual. I played the video in this platform yesterday. You watched the video where Adeboye said all these things, and a lot of Nigerians attacked this pastor. Now something tragic have happened, and this have put Nigerian pastor, Nigerian general overseers in total problem. Adeboye is in serious trouble right now, including KUMUYI. Adeboye and KUMUYI, they are the major problem of this Nigeria politics. KUMUYI came out, the pastor of Deeper Life, he came out and he made it known to the general public that everybody should put their support for Bola Ahmed Tinubu and his cabinet, that it is God that put them there, that if it is not God, they will not get there. Now they have bashed KUMUYI. Now let me play you the video of KUMUYI, then you should hear it yourself and see what is happening now. So I'd like guys to stay connected to the end of this video. If you can share it, just share it as you're watching it, share to different social media platform, and if you can share it, just like it as you stay connected.
Those ministers that have been chosen in the cabinet, they are not new people that have never done anything. If you look at them one by one, you'll see the good things they've done. If we support them, if we are not, criticizing every step and they don't know where to stand, if we accept them and we believe that God will work through them, he'll use them as instruments to build our nation. Let's forget the past. This is a new day, and I believe, and we all believe, we're going to see new things for our country through our president and through the members of the cabinet. Good things will happen.
Thank you for staying connected, my great and wonderful viewers. You can hear what Pastor KUMUYI said in this video. You can hear what this man of God said, and the same thing was what Pastor ADEBOYE said too. They said Tinubu is ordained by God, that it is God that put him there and all of that. Even when these people put their support for Obi, and it later came out that Tinubu rigged his way into that place. When they know all these things, when they know the certificate forging issue and all of that, they still come out to still tell Tinubu what he wants to hear. You can see that these people are one of the major problem of Nigeria. Now, something tragic have happened. They are finally putting a general Bastia in 3 years imprisonment after he came out to call Tinubu a goat. He said Tinubu is a real goat, is a he goat in capital letter. You will hear it yourself. So just stay connected to the end of this video. I don't have much to say. If you can share this video, ensure you share it. Share to different social media platforms. Let it go viral. A lot of their church members came out when they want to put their pastor in jail. They said no, they cannot put their pastor in jail. They attack the government of Bola Ahmed Tinubu, even with what their pastor said, with the name that their pastor called Bola Ahmed Tinubu. They said Tinubu cannot put their pastor in jail. They fight black and blue. Enough is enough as far as Nigeria is concerned. Protest is erupting in different places in the country. A lot of people, a lot of organizations, they are not okay with what is happening in the country. There's high in price of commodity. There is no money outside there, and these people are in Aso Rock chamber telling Nigerians to keep calm, that things will still work out in the country. But at the end of the day, they are there living a luxurious lifestyle. They are buying cars for themselves, while people are dying of hunger in street. Now ADEBOYE came out and is saying that these people are trying, that the problem of Nigeria is spiritual, that it is demons that are taking charge of the money of Nigeria and all of that. The money that are embezzling in Aso Rock, is it demon that is embezzling the money? According to Falan a few days ago, he said the money that Tinubu distributed in this administration, that is not even up to 1 year, he said the money is around 3.3 trillion that they share among themselves. The mafia and this money among themselves. You can see what is happening, and the people are suffering. Tinubu will come out to tell the people that they should calm down. Now, popular Nigerian pastors have finally come out to shake everywhere. Pastor Chris have said it all. You know, Pastor Chris Oyakilome is one of the top Nigerian pastors that will always call a spade a spade. He does not talk much. He will never talk much about the government thing and all of that. The political thing is not of his concern, but the moment he come out, he will always call a spade a spade. But now, the son of Pastor Chris have finally shake everywhere. You will see the video yourself. They said Tinubu is a goat. You will hear everything yourself. So I'd like guys to stay connected to the end of this video for you to hear everything that this man said. He said it all, and you will hear what Omoyele Sowore said. The same thing they did to Sowore then, they want to repeat the same thing for this man of God. You will hear everything yourself. Just stay connected. I'm coming back again.
Otherwise, they will become a footage of history too. So it's happened before, but it's important to understand that the mentality of our government is to first and foremost suppress whatever is the truth and things that they're not comfortable with. And the particular government of former President Buhari was notorious for this. He ruined a lot of lives, destroyed the economy, you know, and did everything to ensure that this country did not survive him, because some of us did not survive him as well. And I happen to have survived him. Not only did they do this, they shot at me at close range with a federal riot gun at once. If you see the scar on my face was broken midnight of the Passover night in 2021 by the police in Abuja here. I was attacked several times by state-sponsored thugs. So many things happened. My brother was shot dead on a highway between Ore and Ondo State. My mom fell ill. She had stroke, and last 4 years has deteriorated. My kids grew up without me. And my wife I haven't seen in close to 5 years, since July of 2019. But I weathered the storm because I knew that if you go in the direction that I chose in life, this is going to happen to you. And this is not the first time. It happened to me in the university. I ended up spending 6 years instead of 4 years at the University of Lagos.
Yeah, as a student.
So nothing new here. And this arrest and several other ones, several of many, and several attempts on my life had been made. And I do not think it will stop for as long as I do what my conscience tells me is right.
All right, and you yourself would have known that you get into trouble after having chosen that hashtag revolution now. What exactly was on your mind when you decided to use the hashtag to protest on August 5th, 2019?
I actually was calling for a revolution, and I never denied it.
What form of revolution?
Oh, there's only one form of revolution, a change that has never been seen before in the life of any country. That's what I was calling for, and I told the DSS guys the same thing when I was interrogated. It's on record. I told the judge when I came to court, when they were charging me, I said, I don't understand the charges because you cannot prosecute a revolution. So there's nothing different. Guess what? Most Nigerians didn't know the context of the revolution until that, and 5 million people searched for the word revolution on Google on August 5, 2019. But I had been arrested before the protest, and I was surprised that the protest still went ahead across the country. And the interesting thing now is that it's no longer a crime to say the word revolution. Everybody's calling for a revolution now, and it might even happen with or without me. We're moving in that direction.
So you were way ahead of your time.
That's always been my crime.
Well, we saw state institutions being used, and some would even describe the tactics being used then as Gestapo tactics. Because I remember one of the days you were being brought to court. I mean, the entire roads within the central business districts were shut and all of that. How did it make you feel when you were being brought into the court premises with such, I mean, I've never seen such kind of security in a very long period of time.
Well, you know, I wasn't surprised. The first time they brought me into court, I didn't know the court was 5 minutes away. They drove me around Abuja just to make it feel like we're going to a far distance. And because I had not stayed in Abuja before then. But it should also interest you that I was abducted in midnight in Lagos and flown to Abuja on a NAF, that's the Nigerian Air Force jet that I believe has crashed now. You know how surreal that could be. And when we were flying on that jet, I don't like flying, but on that occasion, I just felt like the thing was flailing, you know. It was supposed to have 2 pilots, they had only one. Maybe the second one had not woken up by the time they wanted to bring me to Abuja. But these are experiences that I had during this period that is amazing. And, you know, it's not time to tell the story because the battle is not over yet.
Well, you seem like an enemy of the state then.
Well, the state is the enemy of the people, yes.
Well, the federal government says it is withdrawing this charge now. We've seen the judge is even complaining that, look, the federal government wasn't going forthright with this prosecution. There were lots of delays here and there. Could it be that it was actually meant to teach you a lesson how to respect leaders in authority? Because you seemed, quote, as a young man who was trying to challenge President Buhari, who has seen it all and fought for Nigeria's unity. And he was this all-powerful leader who was enjoying his presidency for the second term, and you were trying to cause a revolution to actually bring his government down.
If anybody learned a lesson, it will be Buhari today. And I'll tell you, I don't want to make it sound like I'm mocking people. His chief of staff was directly on the phone with the DSS when I was being abducted from the courtroom. That's later Bakari. There was a delegation led to me when I was in detention, asking me to apologize to Buhari, and I refused. He met FEMI Falana, and he said,
"Yeah, I think that was a delegation of media stakeholders, yes, by Garba.
It was led by Garba. It was led by Issa Funtua.
Yeah,
and I remember Issa Funtua, now late,
yes,
saying to me, "You cannot defeat the government." And I told him, "Government have been defeated times and times again. You understand?" And he said, "Well, we're going to leave you here." That was 2 weeks after I was detained, and they actually left me there. But somehow, that idea was also defeated with him by death. Like I said, I'm not mocking him. All of them, I see them now, they're gentle. You meet people in government who were untouchable. I saw Femi Additional one day in Lagos, and I reminded him, the Yoruba dish, that when the masquerade festival is over, the chaperone and the masquerade will go back to where they buy akara from, the bean cake. And he was shocked. I saw Garba one day dragging this in Abuja here, buying things for himself. That's the nature of power. It's very transient, it's ephemeral.
Yeah, but I mean, these were people from your media constituency who felt so much for you and just wanted to get you out of that dungeon, if I may call it.
If you felt so much for me, you cannot ask me to apologize to a dictator. You don't do that. That's not what the media should do. I think they were trying to force my hands in a disgraceful way. You know, some of them might have meant well. I don't have any doubt about it. I have respect for the Vanguard owner. But when I was getting too troublesome for Nduka Obiagwe, the owner of the station, he called me into an anteroom. He said, "Let's resort." I said, "No. First, you can't have a conversation without my lawyer present." And he went to Lagos, met FEMI Falan. I told them the same thing. He said, "Shura is not good. He would rather die in detention than apologize to you." They came back, took away my rights. You know, they didn't let me make telephone calls to my wife anymore, which I used to do. You know, and then one day we're passing by in our area of detention and we found that Boko Haram people have a full bouquet of cable, DSTV. So we smuggled those out. The Boko Haram directors are enjoying here, you know, and it was reported, and then they rushed and gave us TV and cable as well. So, yeah, but it was very sad that we have a security agency of that nature violating the rights of people and getting away with it. That has to be addressed. And that is what I was doing. In fact, what they told me most in the DSS is that I said that the revolution will affect the DSS, that the people will take over the DSS. And it came to pass. While I was there, for the first time in the history of this country, protesters invaded their office in search of me. And they said it's never happened before. So they should know it. Like I said, you're seeing it happen. You're seeing women organizing in Niger. Today there was a protest against hunger, what I call the hunger revolt in Ota, Ogun State. You know what finally triggers revolutions? Hunger.
All right, as we try to round off this conversation, are you demanding any apology from the Nigerian state for all you went through?
They should have come forward with an apology first. You know, not that I'm demanding it, I deserve an apology. And but what I would do is that I'm not only interested in an apology, I will extract compensation from them in jurisdictions that they have no power to affect decisions like this. But let me use this opportunity to thank my lawyers. You know, Femi Falan, amazing, his wife. There's a young guy, Pastor Marshall, ADEBOYE. I can't mention all their names, Stanley Maro, you know. And also tell those judges who partook in this, that's a shame. Especially Justice Taiwo, who threw me in jail for 45 days on a lie that I went to collect $100 million from Dubai to overthrow the government. And when he found out I'd never been to Dubai before, he ran away and then retired after that. It's a shame that we have that. So many people will say, well, he's doing his job as a judge. No, but the judge who did the same thing to Mandela became part of the history of the entire apartheid struggle. And this time, and the judges who we appealed to, my son was dying at the time, and we appealed to the judges. You're giving passport back to all the corrupt people. Give me back my passport to go visit my child who is sick and come back. He said, no, that I'll run away. How do you run away from your country? I've never applied for the citizenship of another country.
How do you know that somebody stole his way to power and you still came out as a man of God and said God gave him the power? Can we also agree as a pastor, sir, that if somebody collected your wife now, God gave him? No, it must be it must be balanced. We must balance this equation. Somebody stole the commonwealth of a nation, you said God put him there. How will God bring a person to the right place with the wrong method? That God is a scam. Nonsense. And then pastor that is saying that, please allow your member collect your wife and let it be God giving the member. That is the balance. No, it must be balanced. You cannot snatch the entire nation through fraudulent means and say God gave him. We must check our doctrine and theology. If we don't, we will lose a generation. If we don't, I am crying and I'm begging now. Let's change this nonsense. Are we supposed to pray for kings, for men in authority? Oh yes, it is our duty as church. But tell a thief you are a thief, repent and change from your evil ways now. We must never build a church that is buyable. No. We must not to tell people to hell with that tithe. Listen, the generation of our fathers is a generation of people who somehow, because of their exposure, have very high regard for anything the clergy says. There is a new generation who are thinking and they are well read. You can call them rude. They are a combatant generation. And listen, they are going to win. Because that generation will do what everyone else have not done. It is either we understand that generation now or lose them. Listen, let me tell you something. Let me tell you. During NSAS, there was a story of this woman called Aishat Yeshufut, who lifted her hands in an hijab. And somebody said, this is the new statue of liberty in the new Nigeria. Some Christians were saying, no, with the hijab. This, I said, shut up. If the one with the hijab is the one who is bold to go there, put her there. Now, you get what you pay the price for. Can there be Christian nation builders? Yes. This lie and this heretic teaching that once you are a Christian, you must swear the oath of silence, it will kill you and kill the nation. We have a role to play. We can't swear the oath of silence and cry why the nation is bad. Participate, sir. Be a part of it. Don't wait till another 4 years, then start praying. Go to queuing. I'm telling you, don't take what I'm telling you for it. Sometimes I look at Nigeria, I feel we are not ready. You cannot collect a nation on election day. Election day was compromised because you were compromised. Don't you have uncles in INEC? Didn't they give you money and you collected? Is that money their salary? Where is it coming from? When corruption favors us, we call it favor and grace. But when it does not favor, we call it oppression. Who are those who they can buy their votes with 1,000 naira? They are the widows and the poor people you have neglected. If we go back to those grassroots, nobody will be viable to educate and to help. Do you understand what I'm saying? I think I'm in the wrong place. I'm telling you fact. You look at somebody's track record. You see, listen now. I don't understand how we understand this about marriage. That if somebody, please get my word in context, is a goat, you put suit on the goat on wedding day and say, goat, you are married. Say, you are married to the man. Man. This is your wife, man. The wife now say, in the name of Jesus, change him. Holy Ghost, fire, man. You took a goat to a polling booth and said, now that you have won, change now, receive grace, man. Love this nation, you change it, man. 4 years, man. Another 4 years, come and do the same thing, man. Then you now know, you now have a queue of goats bleating, man, I'm the next. What will you do? Change now, fire, man. It is the tale of when goats can reason more than people who are in their right minds. You want to change the nation? We pray. Okay? Very, very important. Because sometimes we must understand these things are also spiritual. But there are physical principles that must not be what? Neglected. Say Nigeria is failing. We must understand the principle. When you take thieves there and now say, okay, now that you are the
Thank you for staying connected, my great and wonderful viewers. Now, look at what Pastor Chris' son, FEMI Lazarus, look at what this guy said. Look at what this guy said very well. I'm not side with what Sowore said. Sowore narrated his ordain. What the DSS did to him then, just because he's looking out for the change in Nigeria. Now, they arrested this guy, they put him in jail, and all of that. They do all sorts of things. They molest him, and they do all sorts of things. Now, this Lazarus guy, this FEMI Lazarus, have finally come out out to lambast and lambast Adeboye. You know, Adeboye and KUMUYI, both of them are the major problem as far as Nigerian democracy is concerned. You know, these two guys, they control a lot of crowd. They control millions of people mind in Nigeria because their church is having millions of people. Millions of people are attending their church, and these guys, it is what they say that their church members will follow. Now, KUMUYI came out after Tinubu entered there. This same KUMUYI and Adeboye in question, they put their support for Peter Obi, and now it is that same KUMUYI that came out after he noticed that Obi did not win the election, that Tinubu find his way into that power illegitimately. You can see what is happening. The certificate saga thing came out then, and it was very obvious. KUMUYI saw all these things, but just because the court pervert justice, the judiciary manipulated everything, and Tinubu legitimacy was affirmed and all of that, KUMUYI came out to just sugarcoat Tinubu, to just sweet talk him. He came out in that video that you saw, he made it not to the general public that it is God that ordained Tinubu there, that if it is not God, Tinubu will not be able to find his way there. You can see what is happening. Even when you do bad thing now and you get a good result, it is God that help you. You can see what FEMI LAZARUS said. These men are failures to Nigeria. These great GOs, they have done a lot of things in the kingdom. They have made a lot of positive impact in the kingdom. But as far as Nigerian politics is concerned, they are total failure. That was what FEMI LAZARUS was saying in this very video. How can you say that because of the fact that someone find his way into somewhere good and he passed through the wrong process, you are now saying that it is God that helped the person? That's just that's a useless God. That was what FEMI LAZARUS said, and this alone has sparked up a lot of reactions on social media. A lot of people have attacked FEMI LAZARUS. They said he's insulting their daddy Jews, that he's insulting this, insulting that. Now, I keep saying it, let's call a spade a spade. What is wrong is wrong. Forget about the fact that your daddy Jew is very good to you. Leave your daddy Jew out of this. People are dying of hunger in Nigeria. These daddy Jews in question, they will not come out to say the truth, and it is the truth that they are not saying that is causing most of the problem as far as this country is concerned. People cannot even afford to go to school again. A lot of people are coming out every day lamenting, crying, shedding tears. Is it until people are shedding blood as tears? Is it until then that we will know the right thing to do in this country? Now, so let's say something, say the battle is not yet over, that revolution is very close, that it is hunger that is the last trigger of people when revolution is very close, and the hunger is already in Nigeria. People cannot afford what is in the market again. If you should go to the market, what is sold to you 10 naira today, go to the market tomorrow, that same thing they will tell you it is not 100 naira. Things are hiking up every day. People are dying of hunger every day. Civil servants are not seeing money to spend, and even the money they are paying them that is not even regular, they can't even see good thing to use it to buy. A lot of people are having 10 kids. They don't know how to live their life. People are not living a miserable life in the street, and these people will come out to tell you that they want to build a 15 billion house for the vice president. They want to buy a yacht of 5 billion, and they want to do all sorts of unnecessary things, mismanagement of funds. And it is the same people that Adeboye came out and explained it not to the general public that, oh, they are doing well, but there's a demon behind it, that the spiritual problem of Nigeria is what is affecting Nigeria, that is not Tinubu, that Tinubu is doing his best. Now, is it a demon that is mafiaing money in the Aso Rock? Beta Edo stole some money a few months ago, and this same Beta Edo in question is attending Oyedepo's church. Now, Oyedepo even pray for her to get into the ministerial position. Did Oyedepo make the video of correcting her rascality, her criminality? They will never do anything when they know that this thing is coming to them. That is what is happening. Now, that's in Beta Edo. Is it a demon that mafia the money? The money Beta Edo and some other senators and other ministers to, is it a demon that is stealing the money? Is it a demon that is now allocating trillions of naira up and down? These are things that we need to ask ourselves. These Nigerian pastors are misleading us. Enough of the fact that Nigeria need prayer. Nigeria do not need anybody's prayer. God have answered Nigerian prayer. It is just for Nigerians to take action. That is what is happening. So what do you guys think regarding what FEMI LAZARUS said? Because they said anybody that criticizes Tinubu, they will put the person in 3 years imprisonment. But it was after that statement that by Jabi Amela men, then that they will put the person in 3 years imprisonment, that FEMI LAZARUS came out and he labosed and labased them. You can hear it in this video yourself. So what do you guys think regarding what FEMI LAZARUS said? Do you really think he really insulted Tinubu, or he really insulted Adeboye and KUMUYI? Drop your opinion in the comment section of this video. And what do you think regarding what we said in this video? Listen to it very well. Drop your opinion, as I'm gonna to get another thing to do for you. And sure you follow me on my social media handles on Facebook at LAJUPOG TV and LAJUPOG Entertainment, on Instagram at LAJUPOG. Guess what, guys? See you in my next video. Bye.
I see the hot for my body, I say make I yarn you. Religious gossip plenty day for body. Pastor with the line on top, be pastor. For LAJUPOG watch TV. Pastor with the back, where politician with the do pass himself. Corrupt leader, all the while you waiting for church. All as LAJUPOG watch TV.